Mark Pollard. I'm a criminal defense attorney licensed to practice in the state of New York. What everyone must know about the criminal law. A lot of times I give speeches and I talk to people in the community about things that I know about the criminal law that I think everyone should know. And if you know these things, it will certainly save you a lot of trouble in the future. One thing everyone should know is what is called the car or house presumption, meaning that I could be walking down the block and I might bump into someone that I know from the old neighborhood. And he might say, "Hey, Mark, where you going?" I might say, "Well, I'm just going a few blocks down to go to the grocery store." And he could say, "Mark, get in the car, I'll give you a ride." If while he's giving me this ride, the police happen to pull us over and search the car, if a gun or drugs are found inside that car and my good buddy who's driving me does not fess up to the drugs, then both of us can be arrested. That's called the car presumption. The same thing for a house. If you're visiting someone's house or apartment and police happen to come, or a search warrant or whatever, and drugs or guns are found there, if you're there, you can be arrested as well. So the moral of that story is be careful where you hang out and be careful when you get rides from people. Another thing that people need to know is legal self-defense is rare. I get calls pretty often when someone might say, "Well, I hit him with the bottle because I was defending myself." Well, the law of self-defense isn't that simple. Sometimes you might think that you're defending yourself, but it doesn't make out legal self-defense. So the moral of that story is be very careful when you pick up an object or use a weapon or even physically so-called defend yourself. Don't do so unless you really, really have to, because you can get arrested for assault. Another thing that people need to know is that harassment, it is so easy to get a charge of harassment. It could be a situation where your ex-boyfriend or ex-girlfriend and you're trying to get him to get back with you or trying to get her to get back with you, and you figure you're going to show your love by calling him or her and leaving 20 voicemails in a particular day. "I love you, I need you, don't do this to me, why are you doing this to me, oh, God's going to get you for this," whatever the case might be. You can pick up an harassment charge for that. I've had plenty of cases like that, so you got to be very, very careful. Another thing people should know is the law of conspiracy. I've had cases where someone might say to someone, "Hey man, listen, I'm trying to buy some drugs. Do you know anybody that deals any drugs? I know you know everybody in Brooklyn. I know you know all that." And then you might do the person a favor and say, "Listen, I don't have nothing to do with drugs, but I do know a guy I grew up with. I'll give him a call and say, 'Hey, listen, man, you know I don't do drugs or nothing like that, but my man is looking for someone he could score some drugs from. Can you hook him up?'" If the feds or the state finds out about this conversation, guess what? You can get arrested on conspiracy to sell drugs. These are things that you need to know, everyone needs to know about the criminal justice system. Another thing everyone should know about the criminal law today is guns. The government is not playing with guns. Over the course of my career for over 25 years, I have seen government get more and more serious when it comes up to gun violations and sentences for guns. They are not playing. Years ago, you could almost easily get probation. Now, it is very difficult for even an experienced lawyer to get you probation on the gun charge. So please, do not carry guns unless you're prepared to do 2, 3, or maybe 4 years or more in jail. So please stay away from guns. Another thing people need to know is something about the law of unlawful eviction. If you have a situation, for example, where a friend of yours says, "Hey man, I lost my apartment, can I come stay with you for a little while?" And you say, "Okay, come on in." If that person is there for a certain period of time, for example, 30 days or more, if you say, "Listen man, you gotta go, I'm not leaving, and you say, "Oh, you're not leaving?" and you take that person's property and put it out on the street, you can be arrested for unlawful eviction. I've had these cases before. Another thing I like to tell you is that if it's too good to be true, it's too good to be true. I've had a lot of cases where someone gets involved in some type of fraud or some kind of scam where someone says to them, oh, all you got to do is deposit this check, or all you got to do is do this. No one's going to find out. It's not a big deal. It's just a car accident. Just report that you had a car accident and you get insurance money. No, if they're saying this is the easy way to make money and you're not going to get in trouble and it's too good to be true, run away, because usually when it comes up to criminal law, if it's too good to be true, it is too good to be true. Another thing you should know about the criminal law, and everyone needs to know, is sometimes it's not a situation of actually knowing that a crime has committed. Sometimes you could be charged and found liable if you should have known. For example, if I'm walking down the street and someone comes up to me and says, hey man, would you like to buy a brand new Mercedes-Benz for $3,000? Do I know that that Mercedes-Benz is not stolen? Is stolen rather? Of course, I don't know it's stolen, but I should have known. So I could be charged with criminal possession of stolen property in the case of that car. These are just some things that everyone needs to know about criminal law, and hopefully if you know it, you can avoid getting in trouble with the criminal law. I'm Mark Pollard. Thank you for listening, and know that law power can be your power. Thank you.